Hey, what's up, guys? It's Navarro here. Penny Stocks Club 13, June 17th, 2020. And man, what another great day. What a great day, guys. What a great trading day. I am super excited. We've been on the tear, and I hope we continues, guys. I mean, it's awesome right now. You know, y'all can hear the excitement in my voice. I know it's not always going to be like that. Like I say, one of the rules is be a good loser. We're not always going to win, and I'm okay with that. But right now, when we're winning, why not celebrate, guys? I mean, it doesn't happen every day, and we've been having a great year so far. So hopefully, you all had a great day as well. I know a lot of you did. I especially want to give a shout out to one of the new members in the WhatsApp chat for placing his first trade ever. Rene, good job today, man. IDEX entered at 134, and I hope you took profits, buddy. Again, congratulations. Welcome to the club. All right, guys, so let's get right to it. Trade of the day, IDEX, a swing trade from yesterday. I went over it yesterday. I'm going to kind of review it and explain how and why I was able to hold so long. I know I tell you take 5 to 10% whenever you have them. I know I didn't do that. I know I held it longer, but again, I've been doing this for a while. I understand what's going on. The reason I'd say take 5 to 10% is because if you don't know what you're doing, if you still don't understand trading, that's the safest way for you to grow your account. You know, once you become more familiar with how stocks trade, with how it works, then you're going to be able to hold a little longer and understand the different support, resistance levels, how a stock is going to move, its performance throughout the day. You know, you're going to kind of build that kind of heartbeat for the stock. I hope that makes sense. And those of you on the WhatsApp chat, I know you. I told you some of you sold early, afraid to lose money. But if you know your levels, guys, if you know what you're doing, like I said, and I'm gonna explain that in a little bit, you know, you'll be comfortable holding whenever it starts dipping on the morning panic and stuff like that. You'll understand the difference between a morning panic and a morning sell-off, and that's something that you build along the way as you continue trading, right? For now, let's get right to it. I don't want to waste that much time explaining all of that. I hope that clears some of your thinking out as far as how to trade and how to hold on to stocks that do that panic sell in the morning. But let's get right to it. So yesterday, I explained my idea on IDEX. Okay, and one of the things that I want to do is I explained this little push here. So I'm gonna zoom in, guys. Okay, and what I'm gonna try to do here is I'm gonna take out today's candle. So yesterday, this is the action. This is yesterday, right? Wednesday. So this, or I'm sorry, this was Tuesday. Let me correct myself. This was yesterday, Tuesday, June 16th, and I explained to you that this was one of my favorite patterns: the push, right, and then that curling action on its way up, way up. You can see that here, there, and then yesterday had news. It didn't quite break out, and then I took a position. I called it out, and I said I'm in on IDX at 118, guys. Those of you on WhatsApp chat, that was my entry at 118. Okay, and it had a little bit of increasing volume. And I told you yesterday, I drew a line here for you, and look at that 130 level. I said, okay, so you can do this line right here, right? And what you want to see is tomorrow's candle break above this level at 125. Now, if you want to trade with better confirmation, and I can go back and look at the video, and I said, if you want to trade with better confirmation that the stock is going to continue moving up, you can enter at 130. So what did the stock do today? I mean, it was just an all-out short squeeze, a huge momentum, huge increase in volume, and we're gonna check the daily levels in a bit. This is the 1 year, 1 day chart. This is the daily chart. I'm gonna take you to what I saw during the day that was telling me that it was gonna continue moving up and pushing up. So I'm gonna take you to the 1 day, 3 minute. I'm gonna zoom out, and I'm gonna take you to the early morning session. So we entered yesterday at 118. The level is gonna be over here, guys. This is the level, right? So we entered at right there at 118. Okay, so right here at the bottom, let me go to today's action early in the morning. Okay. It took a little dip, and some of you probably sold out. I know some of you did because you posted on the WhatsApp chat, and you did get a small gain. We entered at 118 down here. It doesn't matter where you exited, you could have gotten a small gain because we entered at the 118 level. Okay. Now, why did I not sell on this little dip right here? Because you got to understand the levels, guys. You got to understand the levels. I mean, you bought at 118. You're still up. There's no reason for you to sell. There's no sell off. You gotta understand. There's got to be a risk and reward. Okay, you gotta be risking to lose some amount of money. Like I told you, you gotta be risking at least 5%. And that's because you're new. I mean, if you start learning this a little more, maybe you can start doing a 10% loss or something like that. Again, I don't recommend 10%. In my opinion, for beginners, that's too much, because I know I used to do that and I used to lose a lot until I started setting my rule as far as if I'm down 5%, I'm selling the stock. I can always come back in, and I'll explain some of my losses, some of the ones that didn't work, and I'll go into detail into those in a little bit. But going to this one, so I held through this, and I told you I added a little more at 123, the break of 123 or 125, somewhere here, right before 125. So what did I see here? Well, it was kind of curling up. Volume was a little low. Then it made this little push here. So I was waiting for it to kind of go over the VWAP. The VWAP is this purple line right in the middle. So once it did that kind of move, it went up, then it held support there, and you can see the this is the yellow line is the 9 EMA, right? This is the 9 EMA. That is the intraday trading trend line that I use. You saw it bounce there, then you saw it cross the VWAP. You got your trend line VWAP crossover, then you got your push up. It broke to 30, guys. Now you're waiting for that 30 level to become support. So I was positioned myself at 118. We were. And I know some of you sold out, and you told me that, and I said, okay, it pulled back, and now we're looking for 130 to become support. And look at this, right at that level at 130. You can see right here, that's 130. It's just a touch and go. It touched VWAP, it confirmed support, and then guess what? Started trickling up. I told you, you know what? It's a good entry. It's on a pullback, and it's going to continue to roll. The other thing that I was feeling comfortable with is that volume was starting to increase, the pullback, the volume started to decrease. So that's what you want to see. You want to see a push up, volume decreasing, and then volume starting to pick up, just like it did later on, right? Now, here's another thing that you can notice. It had resistance at 140. I told you 140 is going to be resistance. And sure enough, it took that pullback. I told you now is a good time to buy. Now we're looking for 140 to be the breakout out of resistance, right? So this is what was forming here. Let me draw for you. I had drawn it here because that's when I was day trading during the day. But this is what I saw over the breakout. I saw this ascending triangle pattern, guys. You got your 140, and then you've got your price making higher lows, right? This is an ascending triangle. If I draw a line here, you can see that ascending triangle right there. Ascending triangles are bullish in nature, guys. And then the breakout with increasing volume, it was a sure go. So that's why I felt really comfortable keep holding this, holding my position. And then you ask, okay, so what's the next resistance? I told you 175, then the $2 level. So let's zoom out. So it went all the way up to 180. I did take profits at 175. I took some more profits at 180, like I told you in WhatsApp chat. And then I was still holding about half a position here. And then I told you next level is 2. And I sold more at 2. Exactly at 2. I already had my limit sale at 2. And it sold more. And I'm still holding a few for tomorrow. Like I told you in the last video, yesterday's video, I think this one's going to be a 2-day runner. And again, I'm just holding, I don't know, about 15 to 20% of my position, just in case it does become a 2-day runner. In case it doesn't, again, I'll just uh, get out and take my profits. So that's the way I scale out, and that's the way I can hold on to this kind of runners the entire day, guys. If it would have failed here and gotten down, I only had half a position. My stop loss here would have been that 170 level, where it's kind of bouncing. If it would have failed, I'm out, and I still had good profits on it. So IDEX, a possible continuation, still holding some, and that's the reason I held some. It's still trading sideways, so we'll see where it opens tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. Again, I hope everybody made some money, took some profits, and if you're still holding, make sure to take profits in the morning, guys. If you didn't have a day trade, you couldn't scale out, just make sure you take profits in the morning. Let's go to the next one. This one is a 2 day hold. Called it out on Monday, and I called it out at 365, 366. This is when I had the tournament. I only had the last 10 minutes of the day to trade, and I called it out at that time. I held it through here, and I sold some at 475. I held 25% of my position for this red candle here. Pre-market, I sold the rest of my position at 534 before 535, somewhere up here. So if you can see right here, it says 45%. I did not get 45%. Let me clarify that. I scaled out. Remember, I sold 75% of my position at 475 yesterday. And today I sell the other 25 at 534. So an average of around 38 to 39% profits, guys. And yeah, look, it did trickle all the way back over here to 650. Now, if you go back to the video on Monday where I explained this, that I was gonna, that this is my favorite kind of pattern and it's gonna take off, and it sure did, guys. Look, I'm not lying to you. I mean, you can go back and look at all my videos, every single trade that's worked. I've explained why it works, and let me take you to the 3 year, 3 week. I explained this, that it was on every candle here is a week, and I told you, look at this bullish pattern. It broke out of it. Then I told you we gotta go back and look for resistance levels, and I drew this line for you. Go back and check the video. I said it's got room all the way up to 6, and look at what it did, guys. It went a little bit above 6 to 650. It gave a great swing trading opportunity for a couple of days, and that's how you stay in the trade longer, by scaling out. Scale out, just take partial profits along the way. If you're new to this, the sooner you take profits, the better. You can leave some to work for you, and just test the market, and you won't be a loser. Worst thing that could happen, you'll give a little bit back. But that's how you start learning how to trade this kind of trades, guys. CLSN, another big winner for me. Again, close to 40% return. IDEX, another great return. Now let's go to the next one from yesterday, BIOC. This one we bought back in. Hold on, guys. I'm on the 3 year, 2 week. Let me go to the 1 year, 1 day. All right. So, we bought the gap here. And then I've been saying, okay, I don't think it's going to continue up. I wanted to do this curling action. And I'll go buy. And I bought back in here because it tested the 60 level, came back up, closed up here. Then I cut losses in the morning. Those of you in WhatsApp chat, I told you I sold BIOC and I'm out. I set my alerts in case it came back up. And today it came back up after market though. I bought a little while ago, like around 6 or so. I bought it at 0.71, right? So right now, this is where it closed. It closed today at 0.645, right? 0.6454 right there. And then trickled up after market, and I bought around here. So now what I'm looking for is for a push up in the test of that 80 level that I have my line up here with. So I bought at 70. And what I want to do is, if it tests this level right here before it gets to 80, this is where my right here, all of this here should be a buy zone. I already bought down here. So now this is my profit taking zone before 80. I plan to sell at least half at 0.80 and let's let the rest ride. That is my plan. Okay, but that's because I entered here. So tomorrow, if you have a day trade available, you enter somewhere around 0.70, 0.75, which is the buy zone, 0.71 to 0.75 right here, right? If you buy here, now you're looking to take profits, some profits at 80, and then let the rest ride. Okay, that's in case you have a day trade tomorrow. That would be my trade idea for you. You can trade however you want. It's your money, but that's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna take you to the 1 day, 3 minute, and look at this. I had this big push, and I was just waiting for it to set up in the afternoon. It didn't quite do what I wanted to do in the afternoon. But then, I went to get some food and stuff, came back at 6 o'clock, and I see it trending right here. And I say, you know what, I need to get on this because the IOC, I want that curling action. And then it's doing that curling action. I got in at 1.71 down here. And right now I am up about 4%, guys. Okay, and if you got in, then you should be up as well. Hopefully you did. Let's move on to the next one. BIOC, waiting for it to continue moving up. MLND, guys, this was one of the call outs. I got it at 295 right here. This is the kind of action I wanted. I like stocks to do after like around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. You know, break levels that it had been resisting. So that three level right here, that three level came back, got rejected at the three, got rejected at the three, and then I see this big push and increasing volume. You can see the big volume here. This is the swing trades that I like. So I took an entry at 295. I put it up on the WhatsApp chat. Hopefully, you all got in it. But this was a quick move, guys, and I hope I put it up as fast as I could, so y'all could be there. And if I had a day trade available, I would have taken profit somewhere here at 340, 350, guys. That would be like a 15, 18% return. It did have a little more to give, but again, I like half dollars. So if I would have had a day trade, I would have taken profits already here. Because look what it did after market. It's right now. I'm about even. It closed at 298. I don't know. I'm up like $2 or $3. But again, this is the drawback of swing trading. You never know what's going to happen after market. So that's why I tell you, if you have day trades available, you're up more than 10%, take profits because this can happen after market. And like I've told you before, you gotta be a good loser because we're not gonna win them all. We trade the setups, we trade what we see. That's not mean it's gonna work out tomorrow, and that's the difference between swing trading and day trading, guys. Let me take you here to the. Why did I take this one? Because it was oversold, and as you can see, I had my little ascending triangle here. Then it started doing this curling action, my favorite kind of pattern, with increasing volume. Look at the relative volume back here. It's way, way up there compared to this other day. So I had to take a trade, guys. I'm thinking it was going to continue. It did have a strong close. It is trading below three after market. It all depends on the open tomorrow. I'm ready to cut losses, guys. I'm telling you, I'm about even. So my threshold is 5% loss right now. I'm about even. So we'll see how it opens tomorrow. MLND. That's the other call out, and that's the reason I called it out. The other one I called out, this one I just took a starter, meaning, just I just needed to be in it because it was one of the ones that was in my previous videos. If y'all can want to go check it out, that's fine. And I told you, I draw this line here for you. I drew this line here for you. This is the 175 level, and that's what I was looking for it to break, right? And it did break it today. It made a good intraday move for a day trade setup for about 20% return. You know, I didn't get, I wasn't able to take advantage of that break because I was stuck in IDEX and the other trades that I had. I had all my money invested, so I couldn't take a trade on this one. And intraday, guys, this is exactly what it did. I was watching it on my other screen. So again, the 175 level. Now this one's trading on lower volume, but I told you if the volume increases, it's awesome. Today traded over 1.5 million, so that was good. So it broke over the 175 level, came back, and look, it held support at the 175 level, guys. Okay, and that's why knowing your levels is important. Knowing your resistance levels. It held at 175, then started taking off. This would have been my entry point at 180. That's with confirmation. And if I would have taken that trade and had a day trade, I had a good chance of making about 20%. And with my trading style, probably would have taken profits at two. Again, whole dollars, that's 10%. Probably let the other ride. So between 10 and 15% return. That's what I'm looking at. I did take another position because it started curling back up and I wanted it to close over two. Closing day today was $2. Closing price was $2.03. So that's the reason we're in it, and we're hoping for continuation tomorrow. We just had to stay in it because of the increasing volume, guys. And that's KIRK. Then PHUN was another one. This one, I lost on it. I told you I sold it right before pre-market, right before market open, and thank goodness I did at about 155. I took a loss. I believe I called it out here before 179, somewhere here. I took it was a good loss, a little more than 5%, 8%. But again, if I'm below 5%, I'm gonna cut it. So again, I don't win them all. This is what happened, and it's too bad. It goes back on watch. I like it over 150. It all depends on curling action. If it starts doing it, then we'll look at it again. But for now, that's it for me, guys. Hope you enjoy the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow, guys.